that?
I'm good with that.
All right. Well, it'll be done.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, it's our podcast.
Right. We can do whatever we want. Right. Who's going to stop us?
Me.
I knew that's where she was going. I knew that's where she was fucking going. You know what, Deb? Deb, Cobweb, hold on. You know what? Right now.
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
No, we have been warned.
So why do we stop talking?
Because the intro was, that's where I cut it for the intro and we come back. I've been podcasting.
Directions all over the place today. Yeah. This is the beginning of today's episode. Okay, you might as well just plug in a chair.
I've been podcasting with Deborah for over 20 years before it was even called podcasting, and she still hasn't got a hang on of our clips and our cues. And
yes, I have.
Then what?
It's
right.
Fine. It's all right, Deb. Deb, I have faith in you.
Thank you.
Until I hear this doggone explanation of one of these movies.
we need to come up with a title for that segment.
Yes, I got it. Deb's Corner.
Yeah, Deb's Corner.
No, Deb's Soapbox.
Did you hear our Josh and Deb cast that we just put out?
Yeah, we have our own podcast, just Deb and I, talking about our daily life or stuff going like a group of our friends down here, started listening to us bullshit and all that. So we have the Josh and Deb cast also. And as of this last Josh and Deb cast, there's a new segment.
What's the segment?
The segment was brought forth after an experience at a Starbucks and Deborah being in the bathroom and somebody trying to get into the bathroom. So the new segment.
Michael Myers?
No. Somebody else having to use. So the new segment on Josh and Debcast is called "Dropping a Deuce with Deb."
I'm done. I'm.
You have to hear the podcast.
Yeah,
I got to hear it.
You got to hear it.
I got to hear it.
Understand it.
To understand it. Okay.
Dropping a deuce with Deb.
Ba-da-ba.
Yeah, that's.
You get a little flush.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
The Al Bundy one. The Al Bundy one when he got that German super toilet, the bawoosh.
Oh my God.
Oh man. So.
I got honey mustard on my ring. Now it's all.
Today we're talking about the 2015 horror / mystery / fantasy film, A Christmas Horror Story. As we continue with the hashtag ho ho horror. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I haven't.
It seems like two of us have been working here. And the third of us.
Working, I just hadn't been doing that hashtag.
You remember on Sesame Street when they used to have one of these kids is doing their own thing?
I'm always doing my own thing.
You can't do that now because then you're picking on people if you say that. So they
yeah.
Got that anymore. But yeah.
Conforming to society. They was eliminating you right there and back at Sesame Street.
Sesame.
That's how the aliens got you. Start doing that. So you can't you conform. They live right there.
Right on Sesame Street.
Right on Sesame Street.
I used to think Sesame Street was in Austin. Of course, now in Austin now there's a whole bunch of furry, different colored hair things all over the place. But they're not Muppets.
God help us.
We went to Chick-fil-A and we went through the drive-thru, and I saw through the window they had the cow in the Santa suit.
Deborah, we're talking about A Christmas Horror Story. We're not talking about the Chick-fil-A cow.
But he was in a Santa suit.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Sesame Street, and then thought about the cow.
All right, let's get back into the train of thought. train it. The horror. Today's a horror podcast.
It's all right. At the end, I'll tell you my Chick-fil-A story.
Oh Lord. So this movie is directed by Grant Harvey, Stephen Hoban, and Brent Sullivan. Why, do you ask? There's 3 directors? Because interwoven stories that take place on Christmas Eve, as told by one festive radio host, who's also Captain Kirk. A family brings home more than a Christmas tree. A student documentary becomes a living nightmare, and a Christmas spirit terrorizes. Santa slays evil. So, Cobweb, this was one that Deborah recommended.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any complaints today, you are completely free of any blame.
Oh,
Unlike how I've been pointing my finger at you for the past couple of flicks.
I know.
So if there's anything I don't like about this movie,
It'll be my fault.
it's Deborah's fault.
Oh, I got a real big issue.
Uh-oh.
I got several.
Uh-oh.
Spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
But all right.
How can y'all find bad things about this movie?
All right. Hold on.
I didn't say it was bad things. It's just some things that I just didn't like.
Oh.
It's just one in particular thing I didn't care for.
Let's tease the new segment we're gonna have of Deb's Corner or whatever. And Deb, tell us about the movie.
Oh, we're starting it
Yeah.
on this one?
Yes. No, we're not starting that segment, but just I said tease. Jeez,
Oh.
she ain't even listening to us. Yeah. How's it going, Deb? 2015.
Off guard.
Yeah, why you put it right on the spot like that, Trouble? Man, come on, bro. Then base it on out.
So I like the movie. Spoiler alert. It's 3 different movies. So I kind of thought of it kind of like how Trick or Treat was, because it shows you, it goes into the movie, but it's like
3 different stories.
3 different stories, but
Kinda
it kind
4.
of looks like it's all in one.
They're all intertwined in the same universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like 2 of the stories, well, like the kids that go into the, what is it, in the college? Is it a college or is it just a school?
They're all
These are
tied.
cool. Yeah.
Each one. Okay, so there's one story where there's the college kids that are going into investigate in an old school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of the deaths of 2 of their I lost the word. What's the word I'm looking for? Co-students. Their
Classmates.
Co-students.
Is it like coworkers?
Yeah. So they're investigating the deaths of 2 of their classmates, right? And as that happens, there's footage of a police officer that was investigating the murders, and that police officer was zeroed out by one of the ghosts. And then we learned that the other story of a mother and father and child going for a Christmas tree ends up being that guy ends up being the cop, right?
Yeah.
And then it ties to
The one that gave them the key is the girl and her brother and mom and dad go to his aunt, the dad's aunt's house.
Oh yeah, the rich family.
Mm-hmm. That was the other story.
That's the least memorable story out of all of them to me.
Man, let me be honest with you right now.
Here we go. Go for it.
All right, the black people story. Okay. Let me be honest. That shit was fucked up. Okay.
Fucked up as in.
It was just, I felt bad for the brother. I really did. The dad, I felt for him because that didn't have to happen to him. You know, I mean, yeah, he had a couple issues. I mean, if you're a cop and you bring your work home and you're looking at pictures and you're drinking and you got a gun on the table, that's probably not a good scenario that you might need some therapy.
Right. I mean, he's been through a bunch.
Right, and he's been through a lot. He's seen a ghost and everything else like that terrified him.
Yep.
You know, and the thing about it is that, you know, the way it happened with this kid being missing and his wife, the way she was acting, she was straight screwed up in the head, dude.
Go ahead.
What I didn't understand was that she noticed that he was acting strange, but yet she was like the dad was getting mad, like he was doing stuff, and like even when the kid stabbed him in the hand, I would not be like, don't touch my son.
Well,
he just stabbed him.
But here's the thing though. I think this is what Cobweb's saying is her support. You see this in a whole bunch of movies, and unfortunately sometimes you see this in life also. It's like, he's a cop. He's gonna see some shit. He actually went through some shit, and now you're not supporting him. You're not understanding the stuff that he's going through. Are you seeing these movies where it's like, oh, he was working 60 hours a week and he wasn't there, blah 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 blah. It's like, well, that's what this person had to go through for you and for y'all all together, and now you're not backing this person up. I hate that shit.
Oh, it drives me insane. And not only does it, the whole thing like that, all these signs that this kid was screwed up. Okay, yes. When he first snapped off on his ass in the snow, I would have snapped off on his ass in the goddamn snow.
Yes.
He was like, don't yell at him. And then at the table when he stabbed him. Okay, so he did that. Then see, you almost got me cussing again. then that little motherfucker, wait. He was in the bathroom, nasty Pete freak, looking at his mama while she taking a shower.
Yes. No, right before that happened, I said, Deborah, because she's seen the movie already. I was like, Deborah, please tell me this kid isn't looking at his mom naked. And then she gave me the look, I don't know look that she does.
Right. And the kid ain't said nothing at all that whole night. And
so go ahead.
And wait. And then he, I don't know what he was doing to her.
Oh yeah, when she was asleep.
Right. He got a taste of human pleasure.
So, to those of y'all who haven't seen this movie, A Christmas Horror Story, come to find out, so mom and dad, right, who the cop and his wife happen to be the black family in this story. I'm only saying that because Cobweb started it off that way.
It's fine. I'm here.
They go out to get a Christmas tree, and they go to. What are y'all laughing about?
You.
Everybody, man, just go.
I know we're all good and all that, but there might be somebody tuning in for the first time. Oh my God, did you hear what he said?
That's their goddamn problem. They've been warned.
We need to make sure they're canceled. Well, get us on first, then get us canceled. Make sure we have millions and millions of followers and all that. Then it's painful to get canceled. Right now, it'd just be like, But anyways.
We'll just change the name. Get back on.
So, they're going to go get a Christmas tree, right? And they happen to cross into a fenced area where the Christmas tree's at, and they find the one that they like. They cut it down, they're dragging it home, and then as they're doing that, they're talking. I can't remember what they're talking about. But they're not paying attention, and their son disappears.
Yeah.
So
and that's the first. Wait. Let me before you say something else. That's some bullshit. Okay, because black people don't trespass on nothing. We don't trespass on stuff like that. Keep going. I'm just letting you know. We don't do that shit.
So not only that, he's also a cop. So
right.
So he's like, hey,
unbelievable.
Hey, honey, let's pass this definitely signed out and obviously, illegal area to go into to cut down a tree, to take the time to cut down a tree by hand in the middle of the
little
snow.
ass hacksaw.
Yeah.
He didn't have a wood saw. He had a little hacksaw. Cut down a tree. Get an axe, motherfucker.
So, as they're dragging the tree back, son disappears, and they're looking for him. And then they look into this tree they're running all over the place. Junior, whatever his name was. I forgot what the kid's name was. And he's nowhere. Then there's this tree that has this big knot in it.
That was a scary tree.
And then like the camera looks into it, and it's just nothing but darkness. You can't see anything. It's just like endless darkness inside of this tree. And they're already giving up. Looks like they're about to start crying. Here comes his hand out of the tree. As soon as that happened, I told Deborah, I was like, he's possessed. Deborah gave me that. Deborah gave me the shh, just watch the movie. I'm like, he's possessed. You know he's possessed.
No.
Which we find out he's possessed. Well, it's not even him. It's not even him. It's a shapeshifter.
It's not possessed.
Yeah.
Again with shapeshifters. First on the creep show thing, and now here on
Changeling.
Yes. We need to watch that movie here on Cast the Pod. The Changeling. But out of the 3 stories, I told Deborah, I was like, I would have enjoyed it more instead. Oh shit.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I think my daughter's outside the house, so she can't get in.
Oh, okay. No problem.
All right.
I had a burp. Can you hear it, Deb?
The song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez. No respect. No fucking respect.
What? Who? What?
They get no respect around here. You always want something. She wants me to open the garage door so she can park my car in there so I can get up in the morning and have a warm car.
I thought she wanted you to open the garage door so I could let the vampire out.
No. She was trying to do something nice for me, and I was like, what the fuck? Just let it ride. Just let it ride. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry if I broke my momentum.
No worries. Could you hear shining stars as you were walking up?
No.
Damn it.
Go ahead, Josh. I'm so sorry, man. You can pick up.
No worries. So, hold on. Let me show the screen right here. And so I was telling Deborah that I think I would have liked this. I didn't like this movie. Didn't like it at all. But I mean, there's some redeeming qualities to it. But they, like she says, they try. It reminds her of Trick or Treat with Sam Samhain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think if they wouldn't have tried to do that, like tie all the stories together, this part, this part, this part, this part, then I think they would have just did them individually. You know, kind of like what do you call it when they do that in a movie? Not a trilogy. Not a montage.
It was like a creep show story.
Yeah, they would have showed the 3 individual stories, and then showed, you know, at the beginning, show the Santa Claus thing, like how they teased it at the beginning, and then end it with the Santa Claus part, and just had 3 individual stories. I think I would have liked it better. But the jumping around all over the place just killed it for me.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to follow each plot, you know, and it seems like it kind of cut off the momentum of each one. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I just felt that whole scene with that little motherfucker just pissed me the hell off. That one really ticked me off. Him, that one with that shorty, you know, he really ticked me off. And then She knew he was in that bedroom underneath that bed doing something to her. She saw him run out.
that was even worse than him seeing her in the shower.
Yeah.
Something was happening to her in the download area.
Yeah.
And then they had the little hand come up and grab the boob.
I know. That was nasty. I was like,
All the blood and guts and elves getting cut in half and all that shit was little hand comes up, grabs the boob, is like, no, Deborah, turn this shit off.
Right. That and that other one, like we still that one family with the they got attacked by Krampus with the dad and everything else like that.
See,
story.
That's the most forgettable story out of all of them. Because really, look, so it's the cop and the kid that we just talked about. Then it's the Krampus rich family, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's the college kids chasing after the ghost with the virgin girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Captain Kirk as a DJ. And then it's Santa Claus fighting Krampus, right?
That's 5 stories.
And then it's what really happened to what we thought was Santa Claus. 6 different shits going on all at the same time.
Yeah, Santa Claus, spoiler alert, Santa Claus was the guy from the radio station.
But not only that, he was going on a massacre in a mall. So all the stuff we were seeing him battling people all throughout the movie was really a deranged guy that lost his shit. And the whole time, Captain Kirk is reporting about what's going on in the mall, not knowing it was his coworker. So, like, if you go back to the movie and listen to it, he's reporting all this shit. But so the story we see of Santa Claus, his elves start getting sick, and one of the elves dies, and it's impossible for elves to die. Yeah, now there's zombie elves. So him and Mrs. Claus are fighting them off, and then Mrs. Claus turns into a zombie, so he has to kill her too. And then he runs into Krampus, and then there's this big battle between him and Krampus, and he finally wins all that shit, right? And that's how it ties to the rich Krampus family. So they go to visit the great aunt, whatever. It wasn't his mom, right? It was his aunt.
It was his aunt.
His aunt, yes.
And she's there. The only good thing about it was her butler was the guy from, you ever watch Supernatural?
Yes.
And he's the guy that played Death. The first time Death came out with that, I don't know if he had a Lincoln or if he had a Cadillac. Had that badass song.
I think it was a Lincoln, because that's what caught our attention.
Yes. So, I think it was a Cadillac. It doesn't matter. So it was cool seeing him. I told Deborah, look, it's Death. I said, he's going to probably play something. Come to find out, he's one of the Krampuses.
Yeah.
He's a Krampus?
Yeah, right. That
He-
little boy was badass. He needed his ass whooped too.
dude,
They're like
that-
a badass kid.
He's like, oops.
oops.
they're like, don't touch that. And he goes, oops. And he throws it off the side. And then the mom hides the fact that he did that. Doesn't tell the dad or anything like that. If that would have been my mom, she straight up would have slapped me across the face.
Mine too.
made me she would like closed hand slap, just like slap me across the face.
When she told him, she snapped off, said, don't touch that, and he's still picking it up after they said, look, don't do that, because the kid, he had no moral compass. We find out later on that he was a crazy psychopathic kid sitting up there, torturing animals. Yeah, he killed their pet cat. He was a crazy SOB, man.
I don't know. This movie took a long time to get done as we were watching it. And I did not enjoy this movie. I did not enjoy the movie experience. I know we're talking about it, and some people would say that hey, it did its job. It got it. The little creepy kid got under their skin. The rich family got under the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Come on, Josh. Come on.
Nah.
Look. This is not our opportunity. Let's talk about the good points about this movie.
It started and it ended.
It was not that bad.
It was not that good.
My big thing about it, my biggest thing, I'm gonna be honest, beside that,
Okay, go for it.
Was the special effects. When Krampus got caught on fire or something like that, that looked really cheesy.
Yes.
You know, that looked like some early 80s, special effects.
You could tell that they bought it from, like, there's these places on YouTube that you can buy the effects, and they just put like a whole bunch of different fires overlaid over him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my biggest thing about it. I thought the one with the teenagers and stuff like that, I thought that was just kind of that was like almost like softcore porn.
That was the only reason why they did that. That's exactly why they did that.
Yeah. But so that really wasn't. I didn't think that even needed a story. Honestly, tell the truth.
The only reason it needed a story was to show that the cop got his PTSD during that case, because they're watching the video, and that's when he's walking down the hall out of that possessed room, the horror room, and that's when the body pops down like that, and he gets all scared. That's the only thing that ties it together to the other stuff. Because that one, she gets possessed by a woman who miscarried and died. And,
I didn't understand the whole story.
Yeah, because that didn't tie to anything other than the cop. It didn't tie to Krampus. It didn't tie to That was just, like Cobweb said, a reason to show her hiking up her skirt and teasing that she lost her virginity when she was possessed. And that's it. That's the whole point of that part.
Yeah, I thought it could be done without.
Yeah,
that's all it really was.
They could have knocked a good 20-25 minutes off this movie and just did a short little thing with them and tied it into something else. They could have did a flashback for the cop, like him being in the bathroom shaking or something like that, and then flashback to when he got scared.
Yeah, they could have
like
did that.
Deb, you all right over there?
Yeah, scratching my eye.
It was. I was glad to see them jokers, the rich family or whatever. I was glad to see them all get it.
Yeah.
And
she turned into Krampus, right?
Right.
The girl, the daughter.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't that bad, but she did steal that lighter. But she came right out and said what she did was wrong.
But she's a kleptomaniac. Yeah.
Yeah.
She even took the keys to give to the college kids, to her friends. She stole the keys from her dad or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also right.
That's how they tie into it.
Her dad worked there or something.
Now, there is one thing I will say, and I cannot pronounce her name, and I feel horrible doing this. Let's see where she was born. She was born in Toronto, Canada. Let's see. The wife of the cop.
Oh, okay.
Alunike? Adalili. I told Deborah in the middle of watching the movie, like when she was taking the shower, right?
Right.
I said, that's an actress I picture playing Storm in the X-Men, not Halle Berry. I can see an actress that looks like her playing Storm. Because we were doing some Marvel stuff before this came up. We were talking about dream casting and stuff like that.
Okay, I get that, but about this movie right here, she sucked. Her character sucked.
Well, she did it. That shows you.
Unbelievable. Ain't no sister doing no shit like that. Ain't no sister doing no shit like that. I wish I didn't got slapped his ass off.
That shows you.
Yeah, and then when her husband home for Christmas Eve, and he get a chance after that, everything mess up, he trying to get him some, like, hey, and then she gonna give him a hard time. I'm like, you know what? Come on.
But that shows you how great of an actress she is, that she's so unnerving.
Right. If there anybody that looked like they could have probably used some to get some in that movie, he did.
It was he definitely just break him off some just to
Yeah. He was wound up tight. He was wild uptight.
And then when he woke up on the couch and all the presents
shit.
were torn.
That's what she was on American Gods, the TV series. She was Shadow's mom, the main guy's mom. That's why she looked familiar.
Oh.
Was that a sarcastic Deborah?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Deb's right about, well, we're going to get back to this. Them presents. Okay? When he was about to whoop his ass with that damn, he got a little shorty, he deserved his ass whooped.
Yes, he did. For lots of reasons.
Right. He pulled out that belt quick, like, look, that was a thick daddy belt. That was a big James Evans. Good times, black belts.
That made me kind of like, he's gonna,
Yeah, that was
kind of like threw back memories.
Debs get PTSD.
You can buy a trans at a mini for only $8.
What's going on over there?
Whoa! I hit this one thing on my. I got pulled into some kind of Facebook. Everybody, 40 people in there trying to buy a PS5 thing. Wow!
See this? He's moonlighting on us. We're
what
not
are
even
you doing
in
over there?
I was trying to bring up a song because I was gonna set up a joke.
And then you set up a chat.
My phone completely ratted me out. Fucking phone. Now, I will say this. Krampus looked pretty badass.
He did.
Yeah, the Krampus did look badass. He did look badass.
I like to see that Krampus like in Mortal Kombat or something like that.
And then that mom, the white lady mom, her, even after she said the daughter told her, I know you're jumping around a bit. When the daughter told her
the movie jumps around.
Yeah, when the daughter told him what her son was doing, her first thing was like she was blaming the husband. This is all your fault. You should have spent more time with him. This is you. This is on you. This is on you.
Just like the cop mom.
Yeah. So, yeah.
See,
man,
these women. I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying all women. I'm saying the women in this movie, and any that may have seen it before Cobweb and I saw it, or recommended this movie. That's all I'm saying.
I think you're right, Josh. I think you're absolutely right.
Y'all should just come out and say what y'all trying to say.
I'm not trying to say nothing.
We love women here at Castle the Pod.
Definitely.
But these chicks in this movie,
yes.
Now one of them was good for nothing.
I agree.
Right.
In this movie.
I was laughing as hell though when she hit that shorty in the head with that baseball bat and she ran off.
I didn't think she was gonna have it in her. I thought she was still gonna be like my baby.
Oh, I did too. But then she just like
clocked him in the head.
Yeah.
Because she realized that wasn't her kid. She realized that it was a changeling and all that.
So that was another thing I didn't understand. So she already knew, because she even said he's not being himself. And she even told the husband he's eating more than what he's already had 2 plates. He's not being himself. And then when the dad tries to do something about it, and she's like, no.
Yes, it's like, well, you just said it. I'm just trying. I'm reacting to. I'm with you on here.
And then when they get into a fight because the dad's about to hit him with the belt, and then the dad leaves, and then she's like putting him in bed and everything, and then she gets a phone call. Like nobody, just the 3 of them knew that they went to somebody's property and took a tree. And they get a call.
The guy calls up, hey.
I know you were on my property. You took a tree.
He king of the hilldom.
Yeah, he did.
I know you. You don't know me.
And then she doesn't believe him that, what he tells her. It's like, hello, he knew that you were there.
She knew something was wrong with the kid. Because remember when she came in her husband before they had that fight, she was like, I think there's something wrong with him. Maybe we need to take him to the doctor.
Yes.
And she should have told her husband right then and there what's going on. And how's she going to explain that shit to the cops when she get home? You explain that to me, Josh. How's she going to ride this shit off that her husband his hands cut off in the house, you know, and he's dead with a belt around his neck. How are you gonna explain that to the police? And he's a cop too. You go right ahead. Explain that.
The same way.
Wait. And she black. Go.
Yeah,
Well,
Josh, go ahead.
I had a great.
Go ahead.
You're waiting.
Wait.
So I have to explain why she's black?
No, how she's going to explain what happened to the police when they come looking for her husband.
All she's got to do is say that he was freaky, and he went the way out that David Carradine did. You know.
At what point did he cut off his hand?
When he died, it exploded off his arm.
Yeah, exactly. They ain't believing shit.
Her?
No, they ain't believing nothing.
So,
and she got that little accent too. They locked her ass up.
So
they took the kid and threw him in foster home.
So
that's why when she gets the kid, then they take off
so
far away from there.
Here's another feature, another segment I would like to bring into Cast of the Pod. Let's see how it works out here. We'll name it later on. We'll get the theme song for it or something like that. But I heard that in my ear, Deborah.
Sorry.
Your Chick-fil-A just blew.
No problem.
So, what makes this a horror movie? I mean, there's tons of things in there. You got Krampus. You got the evil possession. You got the changeling.
Yeah.
You got blood, guts, and all that.
Violence.
What of what makes this horror stood out the most to you? Starting with Deb.
What makes it horror?
Yes. The horror scene or the horror quality that stood out the best to you positively. Like, yep, this is a horror movie.
I think as much as I didn't like the story because I didn't like where it went with the little boy and the parents, I think it was that one that made it horror to me.
Cowboy.
I would agree with the same thing because that story was, out of all the stories in that was the best one.
Yes, agreed.
Because that one brought the most emotion out of me. Was that one? So I would agree with Deb on that one. I mean, the whole concept with the changeling and the kid and everything else like that, and then the guy that was on the land, he had like control over them or something, or I don't know what the hell that was.
He did tell the mom, bring the changeling out over here, and then I'll get you your son. And then she takes the changeling out there, and he's all yelling at him, "See what you did, you little motherfucker! People saw you never gonna do that shit." He was like telling him stuff like that, and she's like, "Where's my son?" He's like, "I don't know. He's out there somewhere. You go find him."
Yeah.
He didn't have control of them, but they were afraid of him.
They were afraid of him.
Yeah. So they gave him back because he killed her. They gave back the boy. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that at all.
Well, it was like, I think they were afraid of him, so that's why I think they lived in the tree and they were scared of him.
But for me, for the horror part of it, yes, that story, because that was the most unnerving. It was the most, even with the just the human side of it. No graphics or anything like that. The kid being that creepy, the mom, you know, just, I mean, I know it's a mom blindly defending her child and all that, but still, it just, the realism to the regular human stuff was more horror to me than all the blood and guts and the Krampus and all that.
Yeah.
But like you said earlier, I will give this movie credit for having good blood, the good Krampus.
Mm-hmm.
Had a bunch of jump scares, but the story was so bad and the jumping around was so bad that it killed it for me.
Yeah. I mean, some of those fight scenes with Santa and the elves were pretty tight.
Yes, I did. I like the.
And see, go ahead, Deb.
I was gonna say I like the elves and the Santa.
Santa's fighting zombie elves, and he has to break Mrs. Claus's neck, also. Then come to find out, he's just a crazy old drunk mental guy. And they show every time he killed an elf, it was a mall worker. that he was killing.
That was dressed like an elf.
That was dressed like an elf.
And here's something else too. He had to take those elves' heads off.
Yeah.
Because if he just thought he killed them, because they come back, because elves don't die.
Right. And then I also liked I told Deborah, right at the beginning, they show the weapon that he has. That staff or whatever with that weird blade and the nice design on it. That was pretty tight. I wouldn't mind like getting a remake of that or something like that to have at the house.
Yeah. But he actually had that axe too.
Yeah.
That's what he had. Man.
So, but I mean, I don't have much to say about this movie. It was a complete disappointment for me.
You just said a whole bunch of good stuff about it.
As a whole, as the big picture of it, it was a disappointment.
No.
You can find good stuff in anything, even horrible things. But that doesn't mean the whole thing is whatever.
It's good.
And if y'all like it, that's fine. I'm not going to try to change y'all's mind or anything like that. But
well, when I first saw it, I saw it because a friend of ours recommended it. And then I watched it. I think you were editing or something. And I watched it in the room by myself.
Well, that person shouldn't be our friend anymore.
Wow.
Because they recommended a horrible movie, a Christmas horrible story.
And then
I'd rather watch a Star Wars Christmas.
A year later, which was recently, I saw a memory on Facebook and it said that I liked the movie. I posted that I liked the movie. And I was like, oh. And I didn't really remember much about it, but I remembered that I posted that I liked it. So I was like, okay, I guess I liked it.
All right. So I think we should bring out the calculator of doom already.
Already? Wow.
Already. Unless y'all have something else y'all want to talk about.
No, man, I'm good, man. That black that shit was like let me tell you this right now. My poppy. I don't want you to think ill of me for saying this, but black people don't act like that in real life. We don't act like that.
It's a movie.
But we don't act like that. Okay, they could have they actually had black people acting like they were pretending to be black. You know, it just there was so many. The only person that acted like he was a black person at the time was the dad when he took that damn James Evans belt off. Beside that, that was good. That was good. That was it. And that probably wasn't even his kid.
That's what I was wondering.
I told Deborah, I said, is he the stepdad? And she's like,
exactly.
No, that's
you couldn't find a kid.
I can't understand. I couldn't understand any other reason why the mom would be like that, you know.
Unless it wasn't like he was a stepdad.
Because she was straight up like, don't smack my son for stabbing you in the hand into the. It was
like, I'll handle it.
No, it wasn't like somebody's eating and you reach over the plate and get off my plate. He's like, it's stuck in the yeah.
I'm sorry, but no. If our kid did that to Josh, I would be like, I didn't see anything. You do.
That's why we don't have kids. Because I would have caught a case. Just
I'm going to the other room. I'll see y'all later.
There's gonna be some furniture moving.
I wouldn't be like, I'll handle it. You go to the other room.
She didn't even try to clean up his hand.
No, she didn't even
try to see if he was hurt. The fork was sticking out his hand.
Yeah, like I said, black they don't. If you meet some black people, there's people that don't meet black people on a regular basis. Do not think that this is a representation of how we actually act. Okay, because we do not act like this. We do not do stupid ass shit like this. This is, like I said, I don't. Where's that calculator?
I've seen, the videos, the TikTok videos where the mom and the kid are pretending
I got so much I want to say. I'm sorry.
You okay over there?
Yes, whatever. TikTok videos. What were we saying?
Where the mom and the kid pretends to like be arguing, and the kid cusses at the mom, and the dad.
Oh
like,
yeah, you seen that shit?
No.
Where it's like it's the mom and the kid, and the mom's like,
go clean your room.
Go clean your room.
Yeah.
What did you say? The kid says, and the mom says, don't make me tell you again. Go clean your room. And then the kid's like, fuck, mom, I got stuff to do. But they don't let the dad know that it's a joke.
Oh wow.
And then there's some that are like, the dads are like, what the fuck?
And, no, there's a whole bunch of them, and the mom's all like trying to hold the dad back. It's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, no, it's.
I saw this one.
Cast of the pod people. This is how we do it. We're just having a conversation here.
Well, it came off because of this mom and dad.
Hey, this is how we do it. We said we're not a traditional review. What did you see, Cobweb?
I saw this one when the kid snapped off on the mom or something like that, and then all of a sudden the screen went blank.
Yeah.
And then you can see like the mom standing there like, "Hey, how you doing? So glad you're here with us." You got a little out of pocket, didn't you?
See, and that's the one I feel, because that's what would have happened.
Yeah. We grew up with parents from the 80s. You lucky you survived, you know.
My mom still tells me that, that I'm not too old for her to hit.
Oh my God.
I'm just like,
80s parents to
my
these new
mom is 4 foot nothing. I'm 6 foot. She's 4 foot nothing. 80 years old, and I still know that I'll catch the back of that hand.
Well, the other day we were at his mom's house, and Josh he went to hit me on my arm, and I went, ah!
Wrestling wise. It wasn't.
Oh my goodness.
It's not that I was.
Hit me.
Deborah's all like, Josh went to abuse me. Yes.
Josh went like he was gonna hit me, and he went like he was gonna hit me, and then I went, ah! And his mom she was quit. Don't be hitting her.
Deborah didn't even throw in the setup of we were setting up a joke when this happened. She's like, Josh went to hit me.
Oh man. Yeah.
Who said it was a joke?
It's okay, Deb.
Oh yeah.
Don't be doing that shit.
Help.
That shit ain't funny. So, calculator doom.
I'll go first.
Hold on, let me bring the calculator back. All right.
So when I first saw this movie, I really liked it, and if we would have went by the first time, I would have gave it a 9.
Shit.
But seeing it again, and now I saw stuff that I didn't see before and I didn't like. It went down. So now I give it a 6.
Deborah gives it a 6. All right. Cobweb, you want to go or you want me to go?
It's fine. I was going to give it a 6 too.
Cobweb gives it a 6. So that brings it up to a 12. I give this movie a 2.
What?
I will never watch this movie ever again.
Man.
I want my money. I want my money back.
You didn't even pay for it.
And I want money back for watching it.
Are you gonna sue the people
for taking time out of my life? This movie gets a 4.66.
That's about right. Hey, Josh, I strongly believe that most black people respect you for that answer. that score.
Why would you say that?
The real people in these streets.
I don't even know where to go after that.
That's all right.
But yeah, you know what we never even did?
What?
We never even gave out our social medias. We didn't say who we are.
I'm
Nothing.
Deb.
I'm
Josh.
Cobweb.
Yeah, we're
And
casting
we
the
are
pod.
the cast of the pod. The dream team.
Right.
There,
still
we
ain't got this
introduced
right.
ourselves.
It's like one of those movies where you watch the whole movie through and you didn't realize that there was no title credit, and then the movie ends and then it says the name of the movie. And you're like, oh,
That was
Right.
a name.
yeah, I didn't even notice that.
I can see that happening. Right. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
All right, so I think this is one of our first under an hour, sub-hour
How long was
podcast. 52 minutes.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, don't forget to check us out on all social medias, Cast of the Pod. Don't forget there's a Patreon. Big shout out to our Patreon supporters. We got Brendan from Upkick MMA. We got Sam Haim. Did you ever ask him if he wants to be Sam Haim or if he wants to be someone?
That's it.
Sam Haim.
Yeah.
Yes. We got Black Cat, Miss Black Cat, and then our anonymous nobody. And nobody else yet.
Soon. You
Soon.
never know.
Yep.
I know two of our people from down here, our friends, that's why I say our people, our friends were like, oh, don't worry, we're going to get 2 people more from Texas on there. That way it's not all people from up north. And I'm like,
When?
still wait.
They're like, payday.
Okay.
How many paydays has it been?
They didn't say which payday.
Be careful, Josh, because you came real close to saying you people.
This is true. This is true.
Oh, it's a real day.
Josh.
My skin is burning. It's right here
Look
in
how
my
red it
temples.
is, damn.
Is right here.
You're trying to get us canceled before you even start. Way to go, Josh.
It got hot in here all of a sudden.
Man, I'm telling you, it's been a good week. Happy holidays.
Yes. Happy holiday.
Merry Christmas.
Joyous Kwanzaa.
Happy New Year.
Feliz Navidad.
That's all I know.
Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, yeah.
Merry.
What?
What?
So you expect me to say some Kwanzaa shit?
I said
Yes.
Kwanzaa. I said Joyous Kwanzaa.
You were supposed
don't
to
even
add
know what
on
that
to
is.
it.
I don't
No.
know anything about Kwanzaa. What do you think? You think all black people celebrate Kwanzaa? No, we don't.
That's Deb. That was Deb. That wasn't me. That was
That
Deb. Deb over there.
knows nothing about Kwanzaa.
I didn't say you were supposed to say that. You were just supposed to jump in.
Oh, there's rules for Kwanzaa saying?
No. Not
Oh.
necessarily that. You could have said Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, Feliz Navidad.
There you go. Y prospero año y felicidad.
Oh my God. Okay.
So the next episode of Cast of the Pod is going to be 100% in Spanish.
So who's going to come in and do it?
Yeah, because it ain't any of us.
Yeah, right.
Cowboy, you speak Spanish?
You
No.
speak Spanish? I speak Spanish, poquito.
Un poquito de todo. My Spanish is horrible. But
I
anyway.
speak enough to get past at work. That's it.
What does this have to do with a Christmas? That's how bad a Christmas horror story is.
Well, because it's
We're
Christmas.
making race-related jokes, making it very uncomfortable for half of me. And
And the other half.
the other half is laughing at the other half.
Pointing. You're pointing at you.
Oh,
So let's end this one right here. Thank you everybody for tuning in to Tuning in, downloading, streaming cast of the pod. I'm Josh. Cobweb froze up pretty good.
I was like, did he end it?
He just hung
No,
up.
I'm still here.
He's Cobweb. She's dead. We're the dream team. Thanks, y'all. Until next time. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.